Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
The Org Boss. The Org Boss is a residential and commercial organizing company that specializes in decluttering, interior design, inventory staging, business processing documentation, and more. Reach The Org Boss today at 832-617-0624 or send an email to info@theorgboss.com.
Houston Housewives of Finance. For more information on increasing your cash flow, becoming your own money manager, and to schedule your complimentary personal finance strategy, contact the Houston Housewives of Finance today at 1-844-700-4463. Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789.
Hey, yo, what's up, my peeps? What's good? Welcome to Startup Masters. It's your girl, Kalia Guillory, also known as KG. You can catch me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn at KOG Speaks, and I am so glad you decided to spend some dope time with us today because we got the riveting content. We got everything you need, the gems you need, those nuggets you need so that you don't skin up your knee to the white meat. We represent Team No White Meat over here on the Sphere because we made the mistake so you don't have to. As I mentioned, if you were thinking about starting up a business, if you have a business, this is your place to come in and allow us to pour into you. This is a community project for everybody that needs to win in business. G,
what up?
My co-host.
What up?
What's good?
You know what's good back here at the place to be,
Come
the Sphere
on.
Podcast Studios. What's up, good people? Those who are tuned in right now. Once again, welcome back to Startup Masters. I'm your co-host, Gary Lee, also known as G Hawkins. Of course, you can find me anywhere online. I'm talking Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, post office at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. Look for me anywhere and everywhere. I'll be there. And this is what we do each and every week at this beautiful, blessed table. We're trying to give you that insight to take your business to the next level. And that's what it's all about. We take a few baby steps here and there, but over time, that momentum is steady building so that your business can grow and prosper. And we're sowing seeds right here for that growth, and we surely have these guests watering them. Am I right, KG?
Boy,
they watering these seeds.
Talking about watering some seeds,
Hey.
I feel like we need to go ahead and jump on in.
Why not? Let's dive in.
We both know this gentleman
We do.
and his wife.
We do.
And what's special to me about this is that when we met them, they were visionary. They were talking about a business that they had in their hearts and in their minds. And then today you can actually go to the business. I'm talking about the co-founder of Replenish, Cryo, and Recovery, Mr. Andre, my boy, Gafford. What's up, G? What's up, Dre?
Thank y'all. What's up?
What's
What's
going
up,
on, man?
folks? You know, honor to be here with y'all. You know, you guys started with me and my wife when we were just, thinking about this thing.
Yeah.
Right? Planning this thing, trying to lay down the footwork to get this thing going. And now, 3 months into it, man, we are living it like every day. Every day, it's so real, and it's been a blessing for everybody that's coming through the doors. It's an amazing thing right now. I'm loving it.
I love to hear that, man. I love to hear these dreams come to life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You feel that passion through the person. So that's what's up. I'm happy. I'm just happy for y'all, man. Sky's the limit. Let me just start the show off saying that.
Literally.
Skies are the limit. And it's just, it feels good to be around people who are doing it, who are pushing our culture forward, man. And that's what y'all are doing. You and your wife, y'all are setting the example. Y'all are raising the bar, and y'all are pressing everybody else to get their game right and tight. And maybe even recover it a little bit.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're going to dive into today, though.
Keep it right and tight.
There it is. So what we like to do on this show is we talk about the past, present, future. You know what I'm saying? We try to take people on that journey through the heartaches, the ups and downs. We also like to make a nice pivot to today to talk about the things that you're doing right now in the society. And then, of course, we like to talk about that 5, 10, 20-year plan. You ready to take that journey?
Come on, let's get it.
Let's do it. So for those that are tuned in on Facebook right now, make sure you grab your pad, your pencil, whatever you need, your digital notepad. Make sure you get ready for these gems because our boy Dre is surely about to drop them. So Dre, start us off, my G. Put us in the right framework. Put us in the right mindset. Rewind the tape. Take us back to whenever this was, 88. I'm just trying to rhyme right now. Take us back in time to when you and your wife got together and you said, you know what? We may need to start to replenish folks. Some cryo and a little recovery. Talk to us about that.
All right, so this is how it happened. Me, my wife, going through some struggles, you know, just physically. Like I had blossomed to a robust 400 plus pounds, right? Working hard, trying to lose weight, trying to do things to get back in shape, but was busting up everything, like breaking elbows and tendonitis in shoulders and L4, L5 in my back, everything. I had every injury you can imagine.
Wow.
So me trying to find ways to manage without the pain, without the medications that the doctors were prescribing me that would just really just knock me out or keep me from being me. All right. So we stumbled upon this thing on a Groupon, right, in Sugar Land about a year ago.
Okay.
Stumbled on it, walked in there. I walked in there beat up. I walked out feeling like a new person.
Talk about it.
I was like, what the hell just happened? You know,
In an hour.
In 3 minutes.
Come
Wow.
on, 3 minutes.
3 minutes. I jumped in this machine. I jumped out, and I felt like I was brand new again.
Woo.
My wife did the same thing. Jumped out, brand new. She had just had like 3 surgeries. She was going through it, right? What happened? How did this happen? Nobody really wanted to tell us, you know, what the background and how it all just, you know, how it was happening. So, you know, me, I'm trying to figure out, okay, is this real? You know, typical brother. I'm like, okay, is this real? Is this for real? So the next day, it was a Saturday. The next day, Sunday, I go to my sister's house. I go pick her up. I tell her, hey, I'm gonna take you to Papa Do's, right? I'm gonna take you to Papa Do's for lunch. Come on, ride with me. Get her in the car. I take her straight to the cryo place, right? I say, go in this room, get undressed, get in this machine. Tell me how you feel. After she, you know, had some apprehension, of course.
Yeah.
She thought she was getting some dough.
She was like,
Exactly.
okay, when we going to Papa Do's? I was like,
Three-wheel motion. I'm looking for it.
after
Right.
when we, you know what I'm
Hurricane.
saying? After we get out of this, you know, we going straight over there, right? She jumps in the machine, and same thing. Feels amazing. Gets out of this thing like, wow, how did this happen? So I started asking questions, right? I did take her to Papa Do's. We did eat. We did have that 3-wheel, of course. But I started asking questions. I started going to every cryo place I could find in a 20-mile radius.
Whoa.
Right? Just testing it, seeing how people did things, seeing what equipment they had, seeing the process. Oh, you got this tank, you got this machine. And then we said, okay, this might be a business because I live in Pearland, so I'm driving 25 miles to get to this joint, right? No other place in 25 miles of us.
Come on.
Either way.
Come
like
on.
you can go to
Opportunity.
Sugar Land
Come
or
on.
you can go to Clear Lake. I was like,
That's
okay, all right, sounds like a plan. Let's get it. Then I went to the manufacturers. So we went to started calling all the different manufacturers, started flying all over the country to figure out how they did what they did. So I went to the manufacturer's facility, dig into their stuff, figure out who has the best equipment. Because it's key to have the right piece of equipment if I'm going to represent this, right? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to take this out to the masses, I must have the very best in equipment that I can have, right? So I did some research after that and found out there was like only one manufacturer that pros were using.
Okay.
Right? NBA, like the Rockets, the San Antonio Spurs, Dallas Cowboys, Milwaukee Bucks, Anaheim Angels, on and on and on.
Let me
There's
guess.
only one manufacturer.
That's the manufacturer that You use.
Of course. Of course. Because I know I live in Pearland. I'm right in front of Shadow Creek. Shadow Creek has a lot of pros, a lot of pro athletes, right? Matter of fact, the Texans point a lot of their players to Shadow Creek because it's a straight shot to the stadium. So I said, okay, I've got a lot of pros. If they stumble in here, okay, I'm winning, right? This works. So let me get this pro-grade equipment. Let me make this facility different, right? When we saw all these other facilities, they were run by like super gym rats, right? It looked like a gym. It felt like a CrossFit gym, you know? It wasn't inviting. It wasn't relaxing. It was like, hey, jump in this back of this room, get in this closet, change your clothes, and then get in this machine.
The janitor closet.
Yeah, it was real guerrilla style, right?
Yeah.
But I know me, right? I had to do things differently. I had to make it, I had to make it fun. I had to make it sexy. I had to make it comfortable so that when people came, like, they would enjoy themselves. I realized that recovery's not sexy. Recovery's not things people want to go do. They want to go have fun. They want to experience. So I had to make my recovery an experience. It had to be fun. It had to be entertaining. It had to be lavish. Like when you walk in my spot, you look at my floors and you're like,
floors.
Man.
Come on, blue floors.
You know what I'm saying?
Branded blue floors.
You know what I'm saying? When you see these one-of-a-kind floors, you see this one-of-a-kind bathroom, you see all the things that I've done, and I did it, me and my wife did them ourselves. Right, we did the construction. I did the floors. I did the walls. All of that.
Like you
literally hands-on did these.
Wow.
You know,
real talk,
real stuff.
Like
you know what I'm saying?
Because
you know what I'm saying? Because when you creating a business,
talk about it,
right?
Here we
and
go.
you see
the gym.
It's
you know what I'm
coming.
saying? And it's yours. It's your vision.
Yeah.
Right. You can't pass off your baby to somebody else and say, "Do this for me," and feel comfortable with it. Right. You want to feel comfortable with what you've done. You want to see what's in your head. The only way that I could figure out to do that was to do it myself. Because if I paid somebody the price that they were telling me I was going to have to pay to put them floors in, I was like, no, we're just going to go with bare concrete. And if it doesn't look the way I wanted it to look, oh man, we was going to have some furniture moving going on. So when we did that, we scraped the floors, we moved everything, took the tiles off, knocked down walls, all of that, right? I wanted it to be my vision. I wanted it to be the way I wanted. So we did that. We put the wall up. I saw it in my head. I saw all of this stuff in my head. And we took the time and effort to put it together.
You know what I'm guessing? That in order for you to see your vision through, literally, physically, because you were hands-on, like literally hands-on, where you are putting this into life, you had to have some organization, right?
Yes.
You couldn't be all over the place putting down these custom blue floors if you didn't have a plan, right?
So this is the teamwork thing.
So here's the thing about that. This portion of the show is sponsored by the Org Boss,
Okay.
those businesses.
What a segue.
And residential folks, get their organization on.
That girl is good.
Has the clutter in your home or office gotten out of hand? Are you sick and tired of spending way too much time trying to find the things you need on a daily basis? If so, then give the Org Boss a call so she can help you create organized, functional systems that match your personal lifestyle. The Org Boss is a residential and commercial organizing company that specializes in decluttering, home staging, interior design, space planning, inventory staging, and business process documentation for growing businesses looking for formally document their procedures. The Org Boss today, call the Org Boss today at 832-617-0624 or send an email to info@theorgboss.com. That's info@theorgboss.com.
There it is.
Yeah.
Org Boss. We got to love her. Shout out to V.
Shout out to V.
We appreciate you.
Guest host.
Always.
Killer.
Always. So obviously, putting in these floors, you're hitting the bathroom, getting that right. You've built this experience for folks. Let me let that breathe. Experience. Hold
Yes.
on. for a
Yes.
quick second. All right, I'm back. Because sometimes you gotta. That's important, right?
Yeah.
You build.
Absolutely.
I mean, look around. You build an experience when people come in, because then they never want to leave.
Exactly.
Patronage. So, with that being said, obviously there were some adversities along the way.
Oh,
Obviously
yeah.
there were some hiccups, some things that happened. Talk about some of those calamities, those trials and tribulations during the infancy of building this business.
Well, know that when you start a business, nothing goes right. Right? Know that. Know that success comes from failure.
Talk about
You
it.
know,
Whew.
like every time.
The
like
hook.
Every
the
time.
person that succeeds in business is the one who's determined to keep knocking his head against the wall, no matter how many walls that come up. And they will consistently come up. So when we found this space, we found one space that we thought was going to be it. Right? We started talking to the management company that owned the space, and they said, oh, you've never had a commercial business before? Okay. Well, we're going to need, I think it was like $8,000 a month in rent, plus we want 2% of your profits.
Crazy.
Oh,
Right?
that's
We
how they
want-
doing it out
yeah.
there.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Oh,
In the
yeah.
pair-
Like some-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Pearland rent is crazy.
You better
But
triple
no,
it
and
somewhere
you,
else.
Right.
And you want some? You want some equity?
Yeah, we want. I want your.
Who are you?
I want your financials. We want 2%.
Wait a minute. What?
Yes.
Am I
I'm
buying
like,
this land?
Right.
Is this
Right.
mine? You know, do I get to keep
I
it?
get part of the,
You know?
yeah.
Am
So-
I getting a cut off rent?
That's what I'm
none
saying.
of that.
All
Everybody
the
else.
tenants.
No,
Y'all have tenants now?
that whole rent thing. Like I reached out to everybody I knew, a lot of people that we know,
Yeah.
to say, okay, is this normal? Is this how they do it? Do they actually want your part of your profits? I'm like, no, that's not gonna happen.
Don't even sound
I'm
right.
not. I can't even do it. I can't. I'm putting this thing together, and you want? No, I can't do it.
Crazy.
So that was one issue. So we went and we actually kept moving around until we found. Honestly, the location found us. Right. That was God. Right. Because I worked out at this gym every day. I was working out at this gym. I lost a little over 100 pounds at this gym, and
100 pounds.
and next door is an empty spot that never been occupied
Ever.
ever, right? Holes in the ceiling and all kind of stuff. This joint was hit with a hurricane, and they never did anything with it, right? So I said, okay, I'm gonna need a break on that price, right?
Yep.
I'm
Yeah, I
gonna need
gotta
a
build this
deal,
thing
right?
out.
So that's what we did. I got a deal on that price. We got an extremely good commercial lawyer. Get a commercial lawyer, right? If you're getting commercial property, get a commercial lawyer. That is key. Do not do any negotiations with these landlords, these management companies that own these properties without a commercial lawyer. The money she saved us and just upfront fees and 2 months of free rent and all these other things that she did for us saved us thousands already, right? And thousands to come in the future. So never do that. Never do that without getting a lawyer first. That's one important thing, right? So we got our lawyer. We negotiated with this guy for 3-4 months, right? Back and forth about terms and what I needed him to do and fix the roof and all of this stuff, right? We finally got the keys to the place and started construction, right? But we couldn't start construction without any utilities. There'd never been any utilities in this place before. So you had to go through the city, be friends with the city
Permits.
permit office. Get
'Cause,
familiar
listen.
with all of them.
Get through them gatekeepers.
Yes. Invite them in, right? Call them early. That was very important to us being able to get things done as fast as we did. Call them in early. We got the guy in there the first day. He's like, what am I here for? I'm supposed to be coming to make sure that everything's ready, and you have absolutely nothing in here. We didn't have ceilings, floors were dusty, everything. I just want you to tell me what I need to do. And he started pointing out stuff. Okay, this. You need to do all these things. Okay, fine. I wrote it down so that I had that list and I could work from that, because otherwise you won't get a list. You'll guess. You'll go and you start working and you'll guess and you'll keep guessing. And then somebody will come out and say, no, you forgot this. No, he came out and he read us the riot act, but I wanted him to, right? I was happy for it. I told him to come visit us when we get open. Every service professional that came out to my spot, I made sure that I invited them back when we opened so that they felt like they were invested in this thing. Like this is their place too.
Yeah.
Come on and see us, because when we get open, you're going to enjoy this. This is what you need. You're on your feet all day. You know, we've got benefits for you too. So when we got all that information, we started working. We went through that checklist and built the place out according to that plan that he gave us. And we got it up and running and according to all the permits in a matter of months.
That's
right?
amazing.
On the flip side, one of the very key things to having a cryo place, right, is that you need fuel. The fuel for everything in my spot is liquid nitrogen, right? Liquid nitrogen is the thing that gives you that cold. Right. Without that, you're absolutely out of work.
Ain't no cryo.
There's no cryo.
It means ain't no recovery.
You're gonna be crying.
Nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Right. So we got with the company, and they brought us out a couple tanks. They said, "Okay, we'll get you about 7 tanks. We'll put them in rotation. You know, you'll have them whenever you need them." So me being forward thinking, I said, "Let me call these guys." Give them to bring us out a couple tanks early before we open, just so we can test the process out. I got 1 tank. It blew off the whole time and I got 1 use out of this whole tank. I'm supposed to get like 40 some odd uses out of it. I got 1. Right? It was my mama. You know what I'm saying? She came over, my baby, they got the shop open. And she got a machine and got 1 use out of it, right? So I was like, okay, let's work this thing out. Let's fix it. We never got it right. Right? We started opening. First weekend, and this is a blessing. First weekend, first Saturday we opened, we did 76 people through that door.
Woo. Come on, grand opening.
First Saturday.
First
Come on.
Saturday.
Come on, first Saturday.
No pub. We got on Facebook like 12 o'clock because we were in there till midnight fixing the place, right? We got on Facebook at 12 o'clock that night and put out a quick shout, hey, we're opening, soft opening tomorrow. Come check us out. 76 people through that door.
That was your only marketing advertising.
Nice.
Nothing else. Right? Didn't have time. I mean, I literally fell asleep after I did that. Gabby did one, I did one, I went to sleep. Woke up 4 hours later, went to the shop, got ready to go. People streamed through the door. It caught fire in one of the other Facebook groups in the neighborhood next to us, right in front of Shadow Creek. And they started sending people. It was like, oh, this new cryo place open. You need to come check it out. And it's just me and Gabby, and we are in there. I'm literally at my machine 8 hours straight, right? Loving it. Beautiful. The Sunday, right, still hot, right? We got people lining up at the door. Feeling good. I'm super charged up. We run out of gas hour into the service.
Ooh.
Got nothing.
No nitro.
No nitro.
But this what we gonna do right here. We about to run out of Facebook Live. So I'll say what's up to those on Facebook Live. Jay said he checked your spot out. He said he could definitely recommend that. Love that spot. Want to shout out to Angela for checking us out. We appreciate the love. And obviously, Miss Gabrielle is checking us out.
Come on, Gabby.
Obviously.
We miss you, Gab.
But Facebook Livers, we love you. We adore you. Note that we only shoot for the first 15, 20, and sometimes 24 minutes of the show. We try to give y'all just a little bit, but hey, you got to go subscribe. So head over to the website at thesphere.tv/Startup Masters. We've got options for you. You've got iTunes. You've got SoundCloud. You've got Google Play Music. And, of course, you've got Stitcher for our techie folks. Now, while you're at any of those sites, review us. Let us know how we're doing. Hit the hearts, hit the stars. Give us some constructive criticism so we can continue to build better shows for you. And at the same time, share this out. Share it out with your family, your friends, your colleagues. Share it with your loved ones. Share it with your haters. Share it with your side pieces. Whoever you need to share it out to, share this thing out to the good people. And last but not least, if you love what we're doing and you enjoy these seeds we're sowing into you, sow a seed back into us. Go to sphere.tv/donate. We've got some options for you. We've got a single donation for those that want to do a quick one-time love gift to us. And if you about that life, you can do a Patreon-based donation, which is going to be a subscription. And we're going to start to give you exclusive content just for our Patreon folks. Once again, folks, make sure you head over to thesphere.tv/Startup Masters so you can get the rest of this show. So, Dre, you're out of gas.
Out of gas.
Out of gas.
Into the first hour.
Into the first hour of the second day.
Of the second day. Yes.
Man, oh man.
Nobody's answering the phone.
Ooh.
Right? Nobody's coming. So we had to literally shut down, start giving out like free coupons to everybody so that they can come back when we got gas back again. Right?
Man, oh man.
Yeah. Like from boom to bust in like 24 hours.
Bittersweet.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Because you got something out of that.
I got something.
Tell us what you got out of that.
So I've been in the business world for a long time, right? And whenever you have these type of altercations where your business is shut down because of no fault of your own, because of your supplier not being able to do what they needed to do, they must step up. They must do some things to make it right. So I started working with another company just to get more leverage. In the end, what they did was we transitioned from those small tanks, the 220 pound vessels, to a 10,000 liter unit in the back of my facility now. Right. So now I have enough supply for a month, with no refills that come every once a month at night. The upfront cost for that, somewhere about $15,000.
Figured.
Yeah,
Easily.
I'm
easily.
like, boy,
About $15,000.
a couple of zeros on that one.
Yeah. Well, slash all those zeros because I had to pay any of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on, Dre.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Yeah. Well, you shut my business down.
Speak on
You know what I'm
that.
saying? You shut my business down. I had to give away free sessions to my shop. You caused me great damage on my first
Cost
day.
me revenue,
I mean,
son.
Yeah.
So you do what you must do to make things right, because you see this as a viable business.
Oh yeah.
You see this business is with no advertising, with no pub whatsoever. You're doing numbers that most of these places don't do ever, right? A good day in a cryo world is like 25 people. Did 76, you know.
Out the gate.
Out the gate, nothing, right? So you're going to do whatever you need to keep me aboard, right? And that's what they did.
That's what's
They
up.
stepped up, brought out the big tank, put it in the back of the spot. We ran it through the door. We had to do some
Bless you.
stuff to, get some regulations done. But that was a huge win. But it came from a huge loss.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we turned it into a huge win.
And I think that's a gem within itself.
You know it is.
That's a gem.
I was about to go
within
there.
itself.
You already know it is.
That is the
Yes.
gem. Say it again to make sure our folks. You got your virtual pad and maybe you got your regular pen and pad. Say it again to make sure they got it.
It was a huge loss that we turned into a huge win, because we pushed, we kept going, we figured out that this is something we need. We did not rest on our laurels and just take what people wanted to give us. We pushed for better, because we deserve better, because we had worked for better. We pushed, and so we got what we needed so that we can have the best facility out there.
Because what that means for me, and listening to you speak about this, is the fact that you knew your numbers.
Oh yeah.
You've done enough. You started this show off with talking about you and Gabby were catching flights everywhere. You were doing research. You were spending countless of hours. We like to refer to it here as the subject experts would say, you need 10,000 hours. in order for you to be a subject matter expert, for my math folks, we know that's over a course of 5 years. That's 5.5 hours a day. That's a lot.
That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of work, and you guys did that.
Yes.
But something we haven't really dabbled into, we just dabbled a little bit into some zeros, is cost, cash flow. Let's talk about that if we could for a little bit.
So, cash flow, right? To start something like this is pretty expensive. You know, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It does cost some money. Luckily, I have been blessed in my career. I've been able to run a consulting firm successfully for years for major oil and gas companies. So I've made some pretty decent money, you know, and I was able to store a lot of it away. My wife has been able to make some really decent money too. So we've been able to store some of that away. So when we went into this, I didn't want to take out a whole bunch of loans. I didn't want to put myself into a whole bunch of debt, but I did want to believe in myself and invest in myself. So we started a corporation, and we bought my other company with a new corporation, and we issued stock, and we did a whole lot of things that I learned from a few friends of ours, and we used her 401k to create this business, right? You can create a corporation and use that 401k money by creating your own 401k and use it as business funds. Use those business funds to create and build your business. Tax-free, no penalties, because you are doing what a 401k is built to do. You're using business funds to create a business. All right, so that's what we did. We took those funds and we took the funds that we had in the bank and we went and found the cheapest prices on the best quality stuff, and I negotiate because that's what I do. And we searched high and low and we found all the equipment and we did a lot of the work ourselves. All right, a lot of the work. The shop is besides one wall, everything else in the shop was done by me, Gabby, and maybe a couple friends. All right.
I'm coming to check out this place.
You have to, because them blue floors are sexy.
I gotta come check this out. I need some recovery. Lord. My never mind. A whole nother day. but I'll say this. Obviously, one of the key and pivotal points, the thing that you didn't do on the front side,
come on, G,
was advertise. But something that we want to let you and everyone else know, that if you're looking for an opportunity to advertise, you can do that right here at the Sphere. So this particular portion of the show is actually sponsored by us at the Sphere. Are you starting your business and looking for a place to advertise? Do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your product? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States, as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content and inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic ad, is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. So sometimes that advertising is necessary to get you there. Sometimes all that hard work is necessary to get your business to the place that it needs to get to. But what do y'all do for self, for your own replenish, for your own recovery? When you step away from the business, what's happening to sow back into you?
So we made everything in our world on that corner, right? We moved and shifted everything in our world. So if you go to that shopping strip, my daughter's school is down the walkway, right? Nice. Literally down the walkway. Our church, other side of the walkway, you know, everything in our world. So church is big, you know, it really pours back into us and gives us that replenishment that we need. Family is huge. Being able to take some time off, we don't get a lot, but when we do get some time to kind of just sit back, relax, and get away from the business, take some time to just be with one another, be those regular folks that my daughter says she wishes we were sometimes, you know. Just getting some rest is key for us. You know, every once in a while I go hang out with my friends. A lot of them tell me, you know, saying Andre don't want to, he don't hang out no more. You know, he don't call us. You know, he don't answer text messages. If you're not talking about business, more times than not, I'm probably not going to be around. But when we do get a chance to take some time, travel, to get away, that's precious to us. That's all we fight for, is to be able to get away and travel a little bit, get a recharge, and then come back and hit it hard.
And you guys have been in business 3 to 4 months?
3 months we've been
3
open.
months. And you already talking about how you're taking trips and you're stepping away from the business. What's the playbook? Like how, because you know, normally that's unheard of. That's the new norm, I'm guessing. But most entrepreneurs are like, I can't leave. You know, like we got this whole.
Well, the thing is,
we don't want to release that control.
You don't, and it's hard, and you have to find some really, really good people, right? That's one of the biggest struggles for people who create their business, is to be able to give that child away to somebody else to manage while they're gone, right? So when I say get away, it's like a trip. It's a day, you know. It's still away. It's away, but it's a day. It's me having few really good employees and some really good friends and family that have come through this with us, that we have put through training classes, because some of the manufacturers that we use require that you go online and you do training on hand, and it requires a lot. So I've brought those people with us so that we can actually get a break from time to time, so I can go to my daughter's birthday party, you know, things like that. Having those key people in place and creating a process, that's the biggest part, and that's my wife, right? You know, I'm a dreamer, she's the process person, right? That's how we come together. When it comes to, okay, I want this scripted, I want this scripted, I want this process, I want the towels folded in this way, you know, it comes down to every part of it. Oh yeah, because when you're trying to deliver a spa-like quality appearance, you have to have things that make people feel comfortable and they don't typically see at their house. So yes, having that and all that documented, have that all written down, have meetings with your employees, go over the process. We spent 6 hours on a Sunday evening with employees going through everything we wanted and how we wanted it. And it didn't matter how picky or it's what we wanted, it's how we wanted it laid out. So, you know, either you got with the program or you didn't, you know, or you were gone. But the process has to be followed. The process is extremely important. Documenting everything, making it plain and clear so everybody understands what's expected and what needs to be done.
I mean,
listen.
Hey, talk about the playbook. You know what I'm saying?
No, like seriously.
How many times do we hear about the processes put in place? How many times do we ask questions about what do people do to put things in rinse and repeat? We don't have to ask that question because you've got the process, you made it plain. We ask questions about what's the X factor in the business. You've made it plain. You're clear. You're building experiences.
Yes.
You've taken a situation that people were accustomed to in a gym-like environment, put it into a spa-like environment, and they're left remembering that experience. So now they want to come back because it's not just I'm recovering my body, because we don't want to do that. We want to play. We want to be entertained.
Exactly.
You've given them what they need to always come back. I need to invest. It's sound and solid. I say we need one in Katy. We need to have a conversation.
Can we do one in Richmond?
You talking? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Let me ask you this as we start to narrow the scope, and obviously we talked about how things were created. We talked about the what's happening now, what you put on the table. Let's talk about the 5, 10, 20-year plan.
Okay.
What do you see happening with Replenish, Cryo, and Recovery by the year 2030, year 2040? What's coming down the pipe from you all?
So as we grow this thing, we're putting in more technology, more people to cover every physical need that somebody would have to get back to life. That's our tagline, get back to life. So we add chiropractors, we add deep tissue massage people, a masseuse that actually can really get into those recovery areas that help the machines along. And then we start growing this thing, right? And then we've created this process so that it's duplicatable, right? We've made this thing, it's almost in a box.
Come on, franchise.
Right?
That's what I'm
Exactly. We've always, from the floors to the walls to the process and folding the towels and the socks, the whole nine is documented down, right? I can put this thing literally in a box and pass it to somebody else, and we've already identified different factors that make it successful in different areas. So that's what we do next. We move and we start franchising this thing out. I've already got one of my employees, amazing guy. Probably my dad told me that's your first franchise owner right there. That's my dad.
That's
told
how you
me.
do it.
Can
you imagine that story? Like,
Yeah.
can you imagine his story?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, I got
So
goosebumps
Turned out to be a
thinking about it.
customer. He walked in as a customer. But amazing guy, and that's how we do this. We keep growing. I've gotten requests for different areas of town already to reproduce this thing. I've gotten requests from as far as Miami to reproduce this thing already, and we've only been open 3 months. Right? It's a different take on the traditional, which in cryotherapy is not traditional, but it's a different take on it. It gives you an experience that you want to share with people. You see a lot of my Instagram and Facebook, and you see a lot of posts from people who come in and they love it. Not only do they feel better, they love the experience. So we duplicate that from the music we play, because you come in, you pick your song, you pick your music, we dance. If I know the song, I'm going to sing it, right? Right? I'm a rap, I'm going to sing, whatever. If I know it, I'm going to do it. Like, if Gabby knows the song, she's going to dance. That's what she does. That's how she gets her steps in, And all our employees do the same thing because it's a party. It looks like a party. We turn the lights out. We got different disco lights going on in the machine. We've got the smoke coming from the machine. It feels like a club. It is a club, right? It's Club Cryo. So we do that.
I like that.
Club Cryo.
Yeah.
CC, man, where you going? Oh, I'll be a
Yeah,
CC.
exactly.
Tonight they got a happy hour from 9 to 11.
Exactly.
Reverse.
I've got people telling,
Reverse.
hey,
Reverse?
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna bring in like a margarita machine.
Hey,
We're
come
gonna
on.
turn up in there.
Hey. Hey.
Because that's that type of experience that people are willing to come back to.
Yeah.
And then on the flip side, you've got that spa-like experience that you can come in, and you can relax, and you can get some compression done, or you can get some facial. You can do all kinds of things and just lay back, and it'll be like smooth jazz and playing in the front. It's party in the back and jazz in the front.
I love
the
it.
whole nine.
I love
We
it.
give you an experience so you can enjoy it. Your mama can enjoy it. Your kids can enjoy it. We got zones for the kids. Everything.
Man,
I need a membership.
Dre,
Yeah.
listen.
Need a membership.
If we just rewind the tape back just a little bit, you talked about franchising,
Yes.
and I know what comes with franchising. Mean you got to get your coins right. You basically are going to receive already in the box made with some serious historical data that says these are the proven results. All you got to do is follow this process.
Yes.
But you can't get there unless you got your coins right.
Exactly.
Which leads me to this portion of the show, which is sponsored by the Houston Housewives of Finance.
There it is.
Did you know that only 4 states in the United States offer financial education? 33% or more than 77 million of Americans don't pay their bills on time. 39% of Americans carry credit card debt from month to month, and 39% of adults say they don't have enough in savings. Don't become one of these statistics. Let Houston Housewives of Finance advise you on increasing your cash flow and becoming your own money manager by scheduling your complimentary personal financial strategy. Contact Houston Housewives of Finance today, like right now, at 1-844-700-4463, or email us at info@houstonhousewivesoffinance.com. Ask us how you can participate in a complimentary financial literacy workshop near you. Houston Housewives of Finance are the new faces of the new age of financial services.
Indeed, they are. Dre, my man, bro. I am about to be a life member. You don't even know it yet. But out of all the things you said, out of the gems you've dropped on this table today, I've got one final question for you that's really gonna set this thing off. Let's say this 10,000 liter tank was gone. Let's say the machines were gone. The 6 hours of training per employee was gone. Let's say the processes, the manuals, the specially folded towels, the websites, all the time spent getting permits and putting in these beautiful blue floors and these walls -1 that you all did yourself. All that hard work, labor, the tenacity put in, everything disappears, and you're back to square one with the memory of it and a little seed money. How would you build this thing differently the second time around that you didn't incorporate during the first time?
Really, the way we did it the first time was kind of clumsy. You know, we went through a lot of bumps, bruises, things like that. We would get the tank first, right? We would get the tank done first. There was a lot of mistakes that were made, you know, creating these floors and all of that stuff. So I've acquired the knowledge to make these things smoother now. The processes, again, they might not be written down if it's gone, but I know them. I know exactly what it is. The thing about starting over, right? The business is a physical thing, but it's also in you, right? The business is inside of here. So I can duplicate anything I've done. It's in here, right? All I have to do is pull it out, and I can cut out all the wasted time that I had on permitting and maneuvering with landlords and all that other stuff. I can cut that timeline down. I can save expense on not buying white chairs when you open a facility that everybody's going to sit in. And as soon as they sit in a white chair with blue pants, it's not going to be pretty anymore.
At all.
But it looks good on the blue floors. I can save that expense by going ahead and buying those black chairs that we have now. That type of stuff, you know. Some bad employees that I had hired, or workers that went into the facility and broke stuff, that, you know, all of those things. You know, you can cut a lot of that time and make this process faster, but there is nothing that I couldn't do again with all of that stuff gone, with just the seed money. There's nothing I couldn't do again anywhere I chose to put it, right? The fact that I was determined and I had done the research, me and my wife had done the research, tons of research to figure out exactly what this does for people, right? All of this stuff in my shop was pretty much created for athletes, right? But so many regular people benefit from the equipment I have in my shop. So I see Texans in my shop on a regular basis, you know, multiple times a week. But I also see an elderly woman who comes in who's got arthritis from head to toe, and she jumps in my machine and she feels better because it takes that inflammation away. So I've got things in there that were created for those athletes, but everybody benefits. And when you just focus in on one part, you're not going to be successful. It's short-lived, right? Because there'll always be somebody else that come up with other technology to help, right? But if you focus in on, okay, I have athletes. I want them to be the best they can be. But I want grandma to be the best she can be.
Yeah.
You know, I want these kids to come up and not break themselves up as they go through this process of life that we take for granted. You know, when you start looking outside the norm and you start looking at different people, right? There's a lot of places that don't look at certain people or darker people as being a market for this, right? This is not something we venture into. I am a one of one because typically black folks don't go to a cold, facility to say, okay, I'm gonna jump in this chamber and get cold. No, that's not what we do. We're tropical people. That's what we like.
Man, Dre, we're going to have to, invite you back or something because I feel like you got a ton of information still up in there, man.
So, yeah, I could do whatever I did before again and plan to do it again with the knowledge of the mistakes we've made the first time and cutting that timeline down and cutting that expense and all those other things that we need to make anybody else that we bring in successful.
I'm ready for that, man. I'm ready for that. Andre with Replenish Cryo
Come
and
on.
recovery, folks.
Come on.
Good sir, with all the gems, the things that you've dropped at this table, we would like to officially coin you a startup master. Let the good people know where they can find your facility, your business. Give them your website, any contact info so they can look you up immediately.
We are located at 12155 Shadow Creek Parkway in Pearland, Texas. Website is Replenish Cryo. Facebook, Instagram, you can find us on either one of those. Come check us out. Go look at the videos. You can see the entire shop on Instagram or Facebook and see those beautiful blue floors that everybody loves. And experience what we experience, man. It's a beautiful place. We give people back energy. We give them back life. You get in the chamber, you party for 3 minutes, and you feel amazing. Come check us out.
There it is, Mr. Andre Gafford. KG, where can the good people reach you at?
Gee, the good people, my good peeps, y'all can reach me on the gram, on the book, and LinkedIn for my corepreneurs at KOG Speaks. What about you, G?
They can follow me at AOL Messenger. They can follow me at Black Planet, at MySpace. No, we got all the new stuff, all the good places you can find me anywhere online. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snappity, chatting at G Hawkins. That's G Hawkins with the Z. And remember, if you got any questions about anything that's happened at this show today, you want any insight, you want us to pass over some knowledge, shoot us an email, startupmasters@thesphere.tv, or leave us a comment somewhere on social media at @thesphere.tv, #startupmasters. This has been another great episode, good folks. We will see you all next time. Take care.
Peace.